Oakley Capital is a European private equity fund. We focus on companies that are looking for help to grow and accelerate their growth and are looking for a partner to help them achieve that. Our founder was a gentleman named Peter Dubens. He himself was an entrepreneur, so the ethos and culture of Oakley is very much around looking for the next talented entrepreneurs who are looking for support to help a collaborative way to grow their businesses. We look across sectors. We have a particular focus on consumer, in digital consumer businesses, as well as in TMT. And our typical equity investment ranges anywhere from 20 million up to about 80. And we often put further capital into our investments during their ownership, either to help the growth or to do M&A. We typically look for companies that are either owned still by their managers or founders, or companies that are in corporates and are carve-out. We tend not to buy from other private equity companies, which actually accounts for 60% of the market today is private equity selling to private equity. We're not focused on that space. We're looking for companies that have the opportunity to be helped in that stage of growth. And so often a founder or owner-manager business that has grown up to a certain scale and then is looking for capital both to help its growth, but also to transition and potentially help it with its improving governance, and maybe help with management succession if founders want to exit, or help the company enter into new markets around the world. Or, as I said earlier, do transformational M&A. We've got a long experience of doing big deals, backing management teams, or helping them find the deals that they can do. I think the European growth outlook is difficult, and I think for all of these entrepreneurs where you've got a great product, it's about spotting the market opportunity. And when you're small, it can be easy to grow because you're a very small piece in a large market. And as success comes and you grow bigger, then it becomes more of a market issue. And the challenge is finding enough of a market opportunity so that when you want to get investment, people look at the end stage. It's not the next year, the next 3 years, it's really the end game. So entrepreneurs need to be looking for areas where there's enough white space for the next owner and the owner beyond that, because that's what investors coming in are thinking about. They're not looking about the next couple of years, they're looking on a much longer term basis. I think at the moment there's a lot of capital around. You've got so many different sources, whether it's private individuals, funds, angels, sovereign wealth funds, as well as a number of government-backed plans across many of the countries. And so for an entrepreneur, one of the challenges is trying to identify which source of capital is going to both provide them the funds, but also the expertise and the value add. And that will vary from company to company and from entrepreneur to entrepreneur as to what they're looking for. But it's a journey where I think they need to go out and meet people and socialize among those kind of investor bases, talk to other entrepreneurs who can give them tips about how different funds and different investors work, because it's not just money. There's a lot more that can be added, both in the short term as well as when they're thinking about exit and the next stage of growth.